Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come back again to Afro Political Consultant and Communications. Afro Political Consulting and Communications. We always give you the news, you disseminate the information, and we answer the question. This is our job. Last time we talked about political space in Rwanda, political space in Africa. Right now, Yasin, I have come back again to talk about the situation in Rwanda. As you know that Rwanda is a developing country. It is a country that has which is known as it is known very much in the area of genocide and economic prosperity, which took taking place in the post-genocide and recent civil war the country faced, which in fact resulted into what we call genocide today. After the genocide, Rwanda attracted the international attention about the post-economic recovery and the development which the regime or the government of President Kagame created, which wasn't there before. Because if you look at Rwanda during the Independence Day, Kayibanda said that Rwanda succeeded or got the independence in the poor or in the poverty that the country experienced at that time. In fact, they get the independence at the time when the country experienced the worst poverty. But after the genocide in 1994, President Paul Kagame and RPF regime, they worked hard about the issue of economic recovery or economic development, prosperity. Rwanda is on the right track. It is appreciated by the international community about the role the government is doing to attain economic development. Rwanda, the second which is known in the world today, is the issue of gender. I wrote a lot of papers when I was at the university about Rwanda gender equality, whereby the international community appreciated the role of RPF regime for maintaining the 50% of women in the parliament. That's good, it is a record which has never been in Africa, and the record which has never been maybe in the world today, apart from a few countries. Those are the two things which is Rwanda today is known, and the third thing is about the genocide. The genocide, we have few genocide in this world. You have the genocide of the Khmer Rouge genocide in Cambodia, Pol Pot. We have the genocide of Hitler against the Germans, and then we have the genocide in Africa recently, Rwanda, the modern genocide. But then after appreciating what Rwanda has managed to achieve today economically, the question is on whether the country is politically free, democratically free country. We should not expect democracy in Rwanda at this time, maybe in Africa today, but for the last 50 years, at this time, African countries should have shown that they are on the road map to democracy. So this is the question they are asking in Rwanda, that after this development process attained by Rwanda, where is the political space? One thing which defines a citizen of a country, is the ideal, the rights of that citizen to participate in the democratic process of the country, in the decision making of the country, in the freedom of speech. These are the things which describe, which define the citizen, or which differentiate a citizen and a non-citizen of the country. And to express our views, to enjoy the political space in the country, there should be a clear ground that allows all citizens universal participation into the politics of their country. Let it be political parties, let it be individual citizens of the state. The rights of a citizen to participate in any decision making of the state. The rights of political parties or a citizen to choose the best form of government a citizen may like. And the rights of individuals to choose the best political parties or the party which has strong agendas to develop the country. The rights of civil societies, local organizations, to criticize the government, to participate in the decision making, to act as the front, the forerunners of political ideas within the country. This is what we call political space. And then from there, when you create this space, we discuss about the elections, the parliament, members of parliament, the presidential elections, elections of our local leaders, elections beyond our government, maybe the East African community, Rwanda's involvement into Commonwealth. All these things should come from the political space, strong political space. It's not only a single government. As I told you last time, that Afro Political Consulting and Communications, we are trying to send a clear message to the President of Rwanda that despite of the right track economically and gender, there is a strong criticism of his government for failure, violation of human rights. I will just make it like that. The rights of political space in Rwanda is still very much closed. Political parties are closed outside. As you know that the opposition parties in Rwanda, most of them, they are in exile, majority. Political opponents of the state, the political opposition parties or leaders such as Ngabire Omhoza, they are in prison. Let us see, in July 31st, 2013, Rwandan Minister of Local Government officially presented the Rwandan Governance Board, or RGB, an institution which is responsible for the registration and the monitoring of political parties in Rwanda. The Rwandan Governance Board is a state institution established by the state of Rwanda. It is not independent because it's a political line is dedicated by the state. Rwanda Governance Board is set up just a watchful eye of the state in order to monitor religious denominations, the media, the NGOs, and the political parties. Rwandan Governance Board, it is a state institution run by the minister to monitor, or it is the state watch, RPF government watch, to monitor political parties, to monitor religious denominations, to monitor civil organizations and non-government organizations. Which means that a political party in Rwanda to participate into the political activities within the state or to be registered, it should have a recommendation from Rwandan Governance Board. This is a new law in the government of Rwanda, which has never been there before. It is a law on political parties, not to require just any party to require any political party to join the forum of political parties or politics in Rwanda. Article 56 of the Rwandan Constitution, such of the provision has never been removed from the Constitution and may logically be used against any political party that is not beholden the RPF in court time. So, although the new law on political parties does not require political to join the forum of political parties, in accordance to the Article 1959, just the Article 56 of the Rwandan Constitution, such a provision has never been removed from the Constitution and may be logically used just against those political parties that are not logically affiliated. In Rwanda, some political parties, it is well known that they are affiliated to political parties, to Rwandani RPF, Rwandan Patriotic Front. Some political parties in Rwanda, they under the umbrella of RPF, which means that their political actions are under or monitored or affiliated to RPF government. So any party which is not affiliated to RPF or which is going against RPF objective, this article can be used as an instrument to supplant that party out of power or out of politics, and maybe the leaders of the party sent to jail, as you can see other parties like RNC, as you can see FDU, Democratic Front, Rwandan Democratic Front for Kigali Rwanda. It was officially refused to be registered, and the president is in jail for other cases. Political party, to obtain registration, it must hold like a constituent assembly with an authorization duly granted by the administration of the locally where such constituent assembly would be held. However, the fresh memories shows that these administrative bodies do not grant such permission. The administrative bodies do not grant the permission of political parties to have what we call constituents. So you can see that this is a restriction we are talking about, needed to be blocked. These parties to be free, to find out constituent, to be free within the state. So this is the problem that engulfed Rwandan political space. And this one, it gives RPF an opportunity to remain as a dominant ego, red ego at the top. 2010 alone, the political party FDU in Hingi was denied authorization for 4 times obscure reasons, despite the provision of the current constitution. What you call UDF in Kingi of Kigali Rwanda, it was refused on ground 4 times to be registered in the political party, and finally the president of that party, FDU Inking, is in jail for 15 years. Let me take water a few minutes, sorry. Right now, currently, RPF government, RPF party, Front for Rwandan Patriotic Front, held by President Kagame, sometimes referred as in court time. This regime resorts to putting in jail anyone who has in contact with a leader of political party that is not beholden in the government, RPF government, RPF regime, imprison, sentenced Rwandese who are affiliated, who support opposition parties which are not affiliated to RPF. This is what we call restriction of political space. I am very vividly, this is a vivid information, a report that information that I want to give. Right now in Rwanda, there are students. Right now, there are students and armed officers who have been supporting Rwandan National Congress. These people were caught for supporting these political parties because they are in exile, and then they are sent into jail. They are in jail today. The government of Rwanda accusing them terrorist acts and collaborating with the political parties outside Rwanda. These are what you call restriction, freedom of speech, freedom of political association. This is what we mean political space. As you can see in sports, what we call sports and what we call football, they are different. What we call sports and what we call hockey, netball, they are different. Hockey, netball, football, they are part of sports. What we call sports is the concept, which means opening different games, any kind of games, to be enjoyed by others. What we call sports competition is the time when you allow all different competitors in the sport to join and aspire at a certain sport, and then we choose the winner. This is the same thing in politics. I am a philosopher, Yasin Chiraga Misago, political philosopher, analyzing the political situation, the political space in Rwanda. We need political space to be opened. We need the game of politics to be opened on the ground. We need the market, free market economy. We need the free political market in Rwanda. Every political party to bring its ideas. We politicians, we are the salesmen, and our customers, they are the voters, to choose who is the right person to rule Rwanda, but not to set up embankments against other political parties. You are closing political space, and you are creating dominance under what you call single political regime. Rwanda, there is no political space. In other words, one can say that despite of the economy taking place, democracy is still closed outside the door. Yasini, Afro Political Consulting and Communications, we are analyzing the situation in Rwanda in conjunction with what we call political space. Given the above reasons, it is urgent that RPF regime stop such diversions aimed at brandishing fake multi-party system. Given the above statement I've already said, I call upon the international community to join, especially the Commonwealth, to stop what you call brandishing fake multi-party system and allow political parties of the opposition to exist and operate freely in Rwanda. The RPF regime must release all what we call political space, is to release all political opponents outside, including what we call FDL, opposition parties, those militants which are outside. If they are free to come into a negotiation with the government of Rwanda, they are free to enter the negotiation. As we said, that there is peace and reconciliation. If there is free political freedom of political association, RNC should come to Rwanda. Other political parties in France in exile, General Habyarimana, all of them, they are in exile. They should come and exercise politics with their political parties free in Rwanda. This is what we call political space. Political space is not elections. Political space is not elections. There is a Ugandan journalist. In fact, this journalist is an independent researcher. A Ugandan journalist in 2003, October 3rd, he wrote an article called Parties, Power and Political Space in Rwanda. This is the guy called Frederick Goroba Mutebi. Frederick Goroba Mutebi is a Ugandan journalist, independent researcher. He said, based in Kampala and Kigali, he said that I wonder how people they call Rwanda that there is no political space. I like his idea. Mutebi said that look at the elections in 2003. Rwanda organized the elections and RPF came with the 90% of votes results. Cite that it ill-famed the 1994 genocide. Actually, if you look at 1994 genocide, Rwanda has done the most important thing to open up political space. Goloba, he criticized the BBC. He cited the BBC report, which is saying that Kagame Patriotic Front is against landslide victory, or landslide victory. Reported by BBC, President Kagame, Rwandan Patriotic Front, came up with landslide victory of 76%, which is true. It was also reported that the Social Democratic Party, which is affiliated with RPF, came up with the 13%, and the Liberal Party came up with 9%. These were the only political parties which challenged the RPF in elections, and in fact, they are affiliated to RPF. So they gave the chance to RPF to go ahead with this number. This is what he said. From there, this journalist Goroba, he said that Rwanda has political space. Political space come out when all political parties, opposition parties, are called, civil servants, civil organizations, NGOs, local organizations are consulted, churches, religious leaders are consulted. What form of government do they need? How does election is going to be conducted in the parliament, including all political parties? But Rwandan political parties are all of them in exile, which means that these parties are not allowed to involve into what we call free political space. They are accused of terrorism. They are accused of terrorizing the country. That's why they are living in exile. Rwandan political parties, about 15 political parties so far, 10 political parties, including prominent politicians, they are in exile. Why? No political space. In Rwanda, in the country, no one is allowed to talk about politics. Those who are in the country, you came up to talk about, to support a political party which is in exile, you are accused of terrorism. If not terrorism, you're going to be sent into jail for genocide ideologies. Other political parties, those who are in the country, an example, Ngabire came from Netherlands thinking that there is political space. She was instead accused for genocide denial and terrorism, for collaborating with the exilees, ex-genocide supporters. Is there political space? If we combine genocide and democracy, how are we going to come up with the actual concept of free democratic country? How will we know that Rwanda forgive and reconcile, and now it is on the roadmap of democracy? We are talking at political space in Rwanda. Why President Kagame brandishing, faking political parties in Rwanda in order to give them a go-ahead and intimidating other politicians and political parties to challenge him in the political market. Afro Political Consulting and Communications. We are here at our headquarters. Yasin, the managing director, and chief consultant, founder of Afro Political Consulting and Communications. We are looking at political space in Rwanda. FCO report the narrow political space in Rwanda worries the UK. United Kingdom supported 95% confident, supported President Kagame to be included into Commonwealth. But other organizations challenged this policy. They said that there is no political space in Rwanda, therefore Rwanda should not be allowed to involve into Commonwealth issues because it has, President Kagame has what you call that hand in politics. That hand in politics, violating human rights. He is a dictator. He is dictator, terrorizing the country, putting the country on political tension, which does not allow other political opponents to exercise the country free. President Kagame is using the term genocide to intimidate other opponents. He misused the term terrorism to chase away, to create fake crimes against his opponents. Yet we know that Rwanda is on the roadmap for democracy and prosperity. A report from United Kingdom is concerned with the narrow political space in Rwanda, and it's disturbed by credible, they use the term credible, compelling evidence of Rwanda's support for the M23 militia in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Banyamulenge, supported by President Paul Kagame's government, RPF regime. A report 2012 Annual Human Rights and the Democracy Report. Human Rights and the Democracy Report accused President Kagame for supporting M23 and intimidating his political opponents within the country and outside in exile. And therefore, they concluded that Rwanda should not be in the Commonwealth, which is supported by Afro Political Consultant and Communications, 95% confident. We are not talking about elections that come after political space. William Hague, the report officially launched April 15, 2013 by Foreign Secretary William Hague, British Foreign Secretary William Hague, report Foreign and Commonwealth Office, FCO, acknowledged that Rwanda is on impressive progress for for economic prosperity and gender, as well as supporting girls' education in Rwanda. Unfortunately, there is no political space. So you can see the difference. That despite of good economic development, there is no political space which allows the unification of different political parties to work together to transform Rwanda, to create Rwanda, to bring Rwanda on the true democracy, the democratic road, the road to democracy, the road to multipartyism. In Rwanda, there is no this system. So if you come up and you say that Rwanda is organizing elections, and that means political space, I doubt. We can create, we can prepare food, but the process to prepare this food has been done by one person. Nevertheless, UK expressed concern, the United Kingdom government, it expressed concern about the political space in Rwanda. Freedom, liberty, fraternity, democracy in Rwanda are all in vain. A villainy. President Kagame's democracy all is villainy, unexisted. So if we claim the concept of heroism in Rwanda, in regard to democracy, everything is villain. Villain is nothing. We need to sit and create a system of government based on citizenship participation in the decision making, and then this is what you call political space. And then from there, we're gonna follow what you call democracy. It will be the right track to democracy. RPF, the things doing, it is done by a single political party under the umbrella of multipartism, which in actual sense they are not existing. RPF government or regime is criticized for violating human rights, the right to free political participation, the right to join any political parties, the right to form and register a political party in the country, the right to stand and challenge the president, the right to freedom for speech. All these are the problems that are affecting Rwanda today. And this is what makes political space. People, they don't have the right to manifest their opposing ideas with those of RPF in order to come up with the right decision that can help the government of Rwanda to create democracy and the clear decisions that benefit for the people of Rwanda today. Afro Political Consulting and Communications, we are analyzing Kagame's government. Is it a dictatorial system of government or democratic? By looking at the concept of political space in Rwanda and challenging the African media, the way they redefine, defining misunderstanding of this concept of political space. Every media in Africa, like in Rwanda and Uganda, they misinterpret the meaning of political space with elections and democracy. So we are trying to conceptualize the meaning, the clear meaning of political space in using Rwanda as a case study. The British government, they released a picture of Ngabire, Muhoza and other political opponents in Rwanda. Please release them. There are different political opponents on the post in Britain, United Kingdom post, on the report, which claim sending a message to President Kagame, please release political prisoners. Release political prisoners. As President Barack Obama said that we are here, but some of you are imprisoned, our political opponents. Why do we close political space in Rwanda and reclaim democracy? According to the report, unregistered political parties experienced harassment, and the ability of political parties to secure registration ahead of 2013 parliamentary elections will be inevitable, just will be unacceptable. Harassment, political parties, President Kagame, even when you hear the way he talk about opponents, he calls them terrorists. We are saying that we should have free political parties in Rwanda, not to harass them. And that's why in 2013, all political opposition parties, none of them ever registered, apart from the two political parties which even gave away to RPF to come up with the 76 and above %. For 2012, UK condemned, UK studying last year in 2012, October. The study report came up with the conviction of opposition party Ngabire Muhoza was convicted and last year sentenced to 15 years in prison after pardoned by President Kagame to reduce these years to 8 years. She was re-imprisoned again to 15 years in jail, accused of denying genocide and party collaboration with what President Kagame called the terrorists. which is unambiguous definition of and connecting Ngabire's case to terrorism. Her initial trial was denounced by a renowned human rights organization unfair and marred by irregularities and unfair. Victor Ngabire's rights to a fair trial is still jeopardized or jeopardy. Amnesty International said in a report published last month, the UK says it will continue to forward Ngabire's case on the appeal, which started in May 2013 and is still ongoing. Ngabire was sentenced to 15 years in jail. 2009, Rwanda requested to join Commonwealth. United States, United Kingdom supported Rwanda. But this NGO, non-government organization, criticized this policy. President Kagame should not join Commonwealth because of his political behavior, because of how RPF regime treat other political parties in the country in regard to what we call political space. If you cannot open the competition, how am I going to join the political fray? Professor Yashpal, or call him Professor Yashpal Gal, is a Kenyan expert in constitution. He said that Rwanda should not join, he does not deserve to be a member of Commonwealth because of the political behavior, intimidation of political opponents within the country and outside. Connecting this idea with the death of Karegeya, who had just formed the Rwandan National Congress, Afro Political Consultant and Communications, we are just giving you this information, this image, to understand, use your memory, your mental faculty, to understand, to analyze this leader. Is he democratically ethical to lead Rwandese into what we call democracy? Or there is a need by President Kagame to open political competition, political space within his country? Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of joining other political parties are all in villain in the Rwandan political system of today run by RPF. Afro Political Consulting and Communication is the scene. We are looking at Africa, political space. Our intention focusing on Rwanda in what we call President Paul Kagame's RPF government, the government which came to power after the genocide. Rwanda support DRC. This is a report, United Kingdom, not what is from Afro. No. This is a report from United Kingdom and the international organization. They are stressing that Rwanda is collaborating with the M23 to kill Congolese people, to fight FDL rebels, and to violate human rights in Congo and Africa. At the same time, awkward to hear President Paul Kagame denying these allegations. Afro Political Communications, we have the truth and evidence that President Kagame is supporting rebels, and the United Kingdom government plus the international agencies, United Nations, United States, all of them put it on President Paul Kagame that he is supporting rebels in Congo, the Banyamulenge. We are therefore these ideas does not given an ample time for other Rwandese in exile to come back home to join the government and participate into free and fair elections, into free and fair political space, to express their views as citizens of Rwanda politically. This is what we are calling that the international community should come and join United Nations to compel President Kagame to think about what he's supposed to do by opening up the road to democracy, the road to political space in Rwanda, which is the first principle to create democracy, where elections will be a part of it. 2009 FCO findings in 2009 what you call CHRI report also warned the Commonwealth about Kigali's meddling in the blood conflicts in the Democratic Republic of Congo. 2009, President Paul Kagame has used his power to give immunity from prosecution to some of those suspected being perpetrators of the serious human rights or abuses, like in Ntaganda was caught by RPF, and the RPF claimed that they sent him to ICC. Was it the responsibility of RPF to capture Ntaganda and they sent him to ICC, or it was the responsibility of ICC to capture in collaboration with the other governments this guy and they sent him to ICC? That's what you need to think, everyone. In conclusion, as Jennifer G. Cook, the Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, put it, in the coming decade, the greatest vulnerability that Rwanda will confront is the unyielding nature of the ruling Rwandan political party and its inability or unwillingness to allow manage genuine political competition and debate. This is the challenge that is facing Rwanda. Rwanda should open what you call genuine political competition. We are in what you call democratic government. We are colonized by France, Belgium, and Germany, which are one of the democratic countries in the world. We should follow them. And we as African people in Rwanda, we need to be governed by democracy. But today, Rwanda's unwilling inability to open this political competition is the main challenge that President Kagame is facing today. It is not about genocide. It is not about genocide extra soldiers. No. Those who fight outside, they are sending a message that President Kagame should immediately open what you call political space in Rwanda. I wish you all the best and willing to answer any question by you can call us at 604-355-4434 604-355-4434 Afro Political Consulting and Communications. President Paul Kagame, think about politics, the modern politics, where you open free and fair political space and political competition. As you see, political space, it is the same as free market economy, which is the ideal sort of capitalism. Capitalism, we believe into free market economy, where every person, the government, and everyone come and compete in the market free. We sell your idea, I sell my idea freely. No matter what happened in the past, we have reconciled the Jewish, reconciled with the Germans, the South Africans apartheid reconciled with the Germans. We need to go ahead by opening free political space. I wish you the best. Ngabire, long life. Madiba Nelson Mandela was in jail for 27 years. You have to stand. Political prisoners, in Africa, Blacker Beach prison in Central African Republic, President Teodoro Obiang Nguema, we need to open free political space. Yoweri Museveni, President Salva Kiir, President of Mozambique, President Kikwete, we love you so much for understanding what we are talking about today. Please be free to join us. For us, leave a comment, and I wish you all the best. Yasini, next time, see you, and God bless you. Long life Africa. Down with the communism, down with the dictatorship. Long life democracy. Thank you.